Okay, Shalom, Shalom, Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyimla, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth, and just want to say the water to all the Akim and Akwah that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawaf, just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And saw this nice little article on the surprising origins of dreadlocks. And what you so-called blacks are going to realize is this is not your custom. Has absolutely nothing to do with you. Okay, it says, have you ever wondered where dreadlocks come from? These unique hairstyles have a rich history that spans continents and cultures. From ancient Egypt to the Rastafarian movement in Jamaica, dreadlocks have been worn by people for various reasons, including spiritual, cultural, and even practical purposes. Some believe that the style originated in Africa, while others point to earlier depictions in Hindu scriptures. Regardless of their exact beginnings, dreadlocks have become a symbol of identity and expression for many. Join us as we unravel the fascinating story behind the iconic hairstyles and its journey through time. Okay, so the surprising origins of dreadlocks. Dreadlocks, often associated with Rastafarian culture, have a rich history that spans continents and centuries. These iconic hairstyles have been worn by various cultures for different reasons. Okay, ancient Egypt, which we were slaves there. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are Israelites, and you were enslaved in Egypt. And there's scriptures to back that up. And us coming out of the house of bondage, where the Lord, he brought us through the Red Sea and set us up in our land, the promised land at the time. And of course, our people, were disobedient to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, and wanted to serve the gods and, just wanted to serve the cultures of these other nations, basically. Their gods, their way of living, instead of our way of living. So that dreadlock shit, that comes from another nation or multiple nations. But really it doesn't come from us. This is something that we were not into, twisting we wasn't into that shit. Long ass hair down our backs, shoulder length, back length. I even be seeing Jake be having dreads, man, past their ass cheeks, bro. That shit is crazy. And they be raggedy as hell. About the weight of the damn braid is pulling from the root where it just look terrible, bro. But anyway, let's read a little bit more into it. Ancient Egypt is one of the earliest known cultures to have worn dreadlocks. Mummies have been discovered with their hair still intact, styled in what we now recognize as dreadlocks. Now, I'm not sure if that was a burial thing. Could have been a burial thing, or if they was wearing them above ground before burial. Who knows? Pharaoh and nobles, okay. Egyptian royalty and high-ranking officials often wore okay, all right. So pharaohs and nobles. And our people got this thinking that we are Africans. You got to get that shit out of your head. We're not Hamites. I went into that the other day. Let's do something real quick. We're not Hamites, man. Because Africans are Hamites. We are Shemites. Oh, matter of fact, it's already there. Because I did go into this the other day. The Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary. Ham, not the Negroes. See? Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the eight persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians. See? So we're not Egyptians. Let me read that back again. He became the progenitor, which is the actual origin or the family tree or the progenitor of the dark races. But it says not the Negroes, though, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. So we're different from them. And Africa, the continent of Africa, let's get that too. Salakia. Let's go into that real quick. The continent of Africa is 54 countries. And a lot of people don't know that. Let's just put in how many countries are in the continent of Africa. Salakia. See, it says there are 54 countries in Africa today, according to the United Nations. And you know, Esau, they'll go through and break that bitch up, and they can bust some shits down and have a south and a west, a south and a north or whatever in all those places and turn that shit up. You know what I'm saying? So, but we're not Africans, man. There's 54 countries in the continent of Africa. And where would you say you're from if you're going to say you're African? And Africa is named after, let's get this too. Let's put in, who is Africa named after? More information. The origins of the name of Africa is debated by historians, but some theory, it says the Romans may have named the land after a Berber tribe that lived in the Carthage area, which is known as Tunisia. The Romans called the tribe Afri, Afur, or Ifur, and the region Afritera, which means the land of Afri. The Latin suffix "ica" is used to denote a landmass. So you got it says the Himyarites, according to Ibn Khaldun and other historians, the name may come from a Himyarite king named African Ibn Qas Ibn Safa, which means Africa's son of Abraham. The Arabic word Africa, yeah, they got a lot going on here, but generally it's they this is information they never used to have before, so this is something new. Because it's normally known to be named after Scipio Africanus, right here. Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus was a Roman general and statesman, most notable as one of the main architects of Rome's victory against Carthage. So, pretty much overall, it's named after a so-called white man. Africa. A lot of people don't know that. But when you think of all those so-called dark people over there, you think that it's named, you know, and actually, it was actually called Ham before it was, you know, which means hot. Let's see if we can get that. What's the original name for Africa? And it should be Ham. I should have put in according to the Bible, because they got a lot of stuff going on. The Bible is the ultimate history. Let me just put in the Bible. Yeah, they got a lot going on now. They little AI program. See, this is the AI overview too. They done put a lot of stuff in here. There's not much information about the original name of Africa in the Bible. What the fuck do you mean? Anyway, man. Salakia. But hey, this is Esau, man. They trying to change shit up. Yeah, there's a lot of different stuff in here now when you pull stuff like that up. But that's Ham, man. It was called Ham, which originally means hot. Right? So let's go back into the dreadlocks thing. This is not a so-called black person thing, man. And when you see like this picture that they got, they this is what you generally see. we didn't wear hairstyles like this. You know, if you had a Nazarite vow, you know, you grew longer hair until the vow was over with and you got your hair cut. You know, but that wasn't a hairstyle amongst our people. You know, when we lived in you know, in Israel, man. Okay, it says in India, dreadlocks have been worn for thousands of years, primarily by holy men and women known as sadhas. Sadhas, these ascetic monks wear dreadlocks as a sign of their renunciation of worldly possessions and dedication to spiritual practice. Shiva worship, you know, that's the chick with the 8 arms or whatever, how many fucking arms she got. Followers of God Shiva often wear dreadlocks, emulating the deity who is depicted with matted hair. Ancient Greece. Even in ancient Greece, dreadlocks made an appearance, particularly among certain groups and individuals. Warriors, Greek warriors sometimes wore dreadlocks, believing the style would intimidate their enemies. So you can go into the Apocrypha and get the, you know, history of the Israelites going into slavery, you know, under the Greeks. That's where you get the Greeks in the New Testament. It's not, you know what I'm saying, the Lord is coming to save everybody. Those Greeks in the New Testament were Greeks, Hebrew Israelites that were in captivity to the Greeks and lived those Greek they lived those Greek lifestyles. So some would have had dreadlocks, which wasn't common amongst the Israelites. You know, so when you put it together in the New Testament, as far as Paul was sent to the uncircumcised and why Peter was sent to the circumcised, the circumcised, you know, of the Israelites that was still going to the temple and that was keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, they was looking at those Israelites that was living after the Greek customs like they was trash, man. They're looking like, nigga, your hair matted and nasty. That wasn't a custom that was, you know, a part of Israelite customs, man. That's not our custom. It says philosophers. Some philosophers and thinkers wore dreadlocks as a symbol of their unconventional thinking and lifestyle. Yeah, weirdoism. That's pretty much what it is. I'm you know, I gotta be abstract. I'm different. I'm so different that look at my hair. I don't comb my shit. I don't wash it like how y'all do, you know. I'm different. I can remember back in the days, you know, when I used to go to these little hip hop spots and shit, and motherfuckers had dreadlocks with shells in their damn head, seashells in their head, with goddamn incense burning. They'll shove a damn incense in their damn dreads and light that bitch. Used to be looking at them like, even then, that was before I came into the truth. Like, what the hell is going on with y'all? What's that? They got the Maasai warriors in Kenya traditionally wear long red dreadlocks dyed with ochre. The Himba people of Namibia use a mixture of butter, ochre, and herbs to create their distinctive dreadlocks. Rastafarian movement. Now this came along fucking doing Bob Marley or something. It wasn't even, you know, it says spiritual symbol for Rastafarians. Dreadlocks symbolize a covenant with God and a rejection of Babylon, representing Western society and oppression. No, the Lord ain't tell you to not comb your goddamn head because you mad with Esau. Bob Marley, the legendary musician, popularized dreadlocks worldwide, making them a symbol of resistance and cultural pride. So pretty much this is where Negroes kind of got their fix in it. As far as like this new school of Negroes, then you just got people that don't even know why they wear them. They just feeling their cultural. You know, you see a chick with a goddamn with that earring through the middle of her nostrils. Yeah, stay away from them. Trust me, stay away. Modern interpretations. Today, dreadlocks are worn by people of all backgrounds. Hey, I seen a white dude at the construction. Well, I don't know, he might have been a Jake, but he damn sure looked like an Edomite. But you know, it's not we know that it's not a color thing, not a skin color thing. But he had, you know, he had them shits hanging. They was to his ass, man. He out there on the construction site. You know, generally, they don't even let you wear your hair like that in case your shit get caught up in some machinery and snatch your damn scalp off. Cultural pride. For some, dreadlocks are a way to connect with their heritage and celebrate their cultural identity. These people don't even know what they actually be celebrating, though. That's the crazy part. And this goes on and on. But let me get this one scripture real quick. Let me see how it's worded. Yeah, 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Doeth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him. And generally, that's, you have dudes with the short twist. It's some, they starting them out. When they starting them out, they're shorter, but they really starting them out so they can get longer. That's their goal, is for the dreadlocks to get longer. And it has absolutely nothing to do with you Negroes. That's not our lifestyle. That's not our way of living, man. Matter of fact, let's get this Jeremiah chapter 10 in verse 1. Let me start at verse 1. Hear ye the word of Yahweh. Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. For the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth the tree out of the forest and worked the hands of a workman with the axe. And that's going off into Christmas. But basically, this chapter is starting off and it's going off into not doing what the heathen were doing when we were in captivity, so to speak. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. It's Proverbs 3 and 31. But we're not to learn the ways of the heathen, because the heathen, their customs are vain. It's a vain custom to have, your hair all twisted up like that. Like for what? Like what you gonna, what's gonna be accomplished from that? And you got men out here, they be flipping their hair and shit, be throwing that shit behind they just flicking it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, my uncle, pulling up, whatever. Hey, what's going on, man? Man, Salakia. But yeah, man, these customs of the people are vain, man. But you can clearly see, look at all these different cultures. Dreadlocks have a rich and varied custom reflecting diverse cultures and belief of those who wear them. From ancient Egypt to modern fashion, the iconic hairstyle continues to captivate and inspire. Dreadlocks, a rich history. So it goes on. It's that was pretty much about it. Let's get the rest in. Dreadlocks have a deep, varied history that spans continents and cultures, from ancient Egypt to the Rastafarian movement. And that's really what Jake get it from, which was back in Bob Marley day. Jake wasn't going all hardcore before Bob Marley jumped off. Right? They symbolize spiritual beliefs, social status, and personal identities. Understanding the origins of dreadlocks helps appreciate the cultural importance today. This hairstyle isn't just a fashion statement. It really is for Jake. Jake don't know what the fuck they doing when it's a fashion statement for them. That's for sure. A representation of resilience and pride. Whether seen in ancient artifacts or modern streets, dreadlocks tells a story of strength and tradition. Next time you see someone with dreadlocks, remember the rich history behind those locks. They are more than just hair. They are a testament to human diversity and cultural heritage. Embrace the knowledge and respect the journey that dreadlocks represent. Nah, man, we combed our goddamn hair, bro. We wasn't like some ancient monkey swinging from trees that didn't have ways of upkeeping our hair, man. This is not. And don't get me wrong, you got people that's out here. They good with it. They keep them clean, fresh, whatever, however they do it or whatever. But that's not our culture. That's not something that the Lord set up for us. That's not our culture, man. Those are heathen customs. that these dreadlocks come from. Cause see, like this guy's hair, that's too long. If he were a warrior and he was to go out to war, he would have to wear, you know, something over his head to keep his hair from getting grabbed. And if it's hanging out of his mask or his helmet, you know, which you see that on the football field a lot with some of these Jake, you know, damn dreads hanging down their ass while they running a football, and as soon as a person go for the tackle, they pulling on your fucking hair, snatching your damn neck back. This is not our custom, man. Let's see what some of these comments say. This person says some of them look really nasty, especially the weaves. Who wears 3 feet of extensions? Most look like they have not been washed in months. Yeah. And they do look nasty most of the time with a lot of these niggas, man. The original origins of dreads comes out of the Bible in Numbers 6 and 5. Nah. Let's go to that real quick. That's not our lifestyle. That's not what we're into, man. Okay, so Numbers 6 and 5, it says, all the days of the vow of his separation. Let's go up one. So this is pretty much going off into, let's start from the top. Verse 1. And the Lord Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite. See? That's why I was talking about, yeah, we wore longer hair. As far as your Nazarite vow, it depends on how long it was. It grew. To separate themselves unto the Lord. He shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes, or dry. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the... Now this is the verse that they pointed out to. All the days of the vow of his separation. There shall no razor come upon his head until the days be fulfilled. And in the which he separateth himself unto the Lord, he shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All right? So now let's go off into this word lock. Because see, they be thinking of dreadlocks. What we had was, you know, what would have been like plaits or braids. It's para 86545. Hair, long of the head, locks, leader. Let me see. Para, the hair as disheveled. Hair, so called from the idea of shaving. So they have Numbers 6 and 5. They also have Ezekiel 44 and 20. Let's go there real quick. Ezekiel 44 and 20. Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long. They shall only poll their heads. Right? So when they see this word locks, it's really just going off into braiding. Same word. Let's get the original. It's from the etymology H6544. To lead, act as a leader. To let go, let loose, ignore, let alone. So you to let loose, basically. To let loose. Because when you're doing dreads, you can't let them loose. You can only cut them off. With plaits or with cornrows. Because that's pretty much... Because that's what Samson had. Samson had... let's see here. Let's go into it. Because you can't undo dreadlocks. All you can do is shave them bitches off. They're too matted to undo. So it says to let loose. That's to you're basically unloose. You see, I seen a dude walking up the street taking out his damn cornrows. He had a couple of cornrows going to the back of his head, and he was taking them bitches out while he was walking up the street. You can take plaits are loose or cornrows are loose. You can't unloosen dreadlocks, man. You gotta cut them shits, man. Let's see though. Let me see. Cause Samson has 7 locks. Let me see. Salakia. See how it's worded. Yeah, you can clearly see right here, 16, Judges 16 and 13. And Delilah, which he should have never spoke to that bitch, said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. See? And then in verse 19, it says, and she made him sleep upon her knees. And man, don't be sleeping on no bitch's knees, man, where she can just do whatever to you. Simping and shit, man. Samson was kind of Simpson in this area. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. When's the last time you seen somebody with 7 dreadlocks? I've seen some niggas with some of them stupid doofy, them dum-dums. I don't know what make a nigga think nothing that goddamn stupid. Them, I don't know what the fuck they call them. I don't even know what they call them dreadlocks of his head. It says, and she began to afflict him, and his strength went from him. But he had 7 locks, man. Let's see here, though. Let's go into this one. She had 7, basically he had 7 cornrows, man. He ain't have no 7 big, stupid-ass, nasty-ass dreadlocks hanging off his fucking head, man. Get the hell out of here. Ain't probably the same word, but let's see how they got it in here. See, now this is a different word. Ma lapa, the locks, H4253. A braid, see, braids, plaits. See that? Plaits, man. That's what that was. That's what that was. Plaits. See, you can clearly see, man. That wasn't a lifestyle of ours. So them trying to use numbers 6 and 5 is going all the way off. Because Jake really believed that they were Africans. That's that thing, that a real problem and stumbling block with our people. And Esau, the so-called white man, he actually pushed that through his curriculum in the schools on our people, that we are Africans and we're not. We're not Hamites, man. We're Shemites. We're different people from them, man. We're not fucking Hamites. And Jake get that, we're Egyptian, we're Ethiopians, we're Ugandans, we're, Mozambique, whatever, we're all 54 countries at one time. How the fuck could you be? Hey, look, those people in Africa, man, they ain't trying to associate with you Negroes, man. They'll try and do what you do. They'll emulate your music. They'll try and, duplicate your basketball skills, football skills, and shit like that. But they don't want they don't want nothing to do with you. Because they understand that they're different from you. And that we're not the same people. We're not, man. But this right here, clear cut right here. It says braid, lock, plait. See? That's a totally different wording for it. Let's see here. Yep, plaits. Plaits of the hair. Here you go. Judges 16 and 13 and 19. Plaits of the hair. Plaits are far different from dreads. Because it said to loosen. So once you loose those plaits, you kind of, you see Jake, man. Jake had those froze, man, and the little curls. After you done unraveled it, it's all curly and shit. And you wash it up. And then you might do it all over again. You can't do that with dreads. You can only cut dreads off. You can only either wash them nasty shits. And I don't even get it. I guess you screw up through them. I don't know. But you're not letting them down. You're not going to be able to open them up and let them breathe. You just got to cut them off if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it like that. So I wanted to just touch on this real quick. Because our people have this misconception that, We are Africans, and this has something to do with our lifestyle. And you know what? It's crazy. This is the spirit, because the apostles been bringing this out, and you got a lot of IUIC. You got a lot of these Israelite you got Israelite camps. You ain't gonna see nobody in GMS as far as an Israelite with no goddamn dreads in their head. The apostles getting rid of your ass quickly. You gone. You ain't about to have no dreads, and especially not this long. Your hair not going to even be this long at GMS. You out of there. They going to make that call. Hey, who is that guy that's on the front line in the camp? They not going to even let you online, because they going to already know. But now IUIC, I think ISUPK, even I don't know about Sakari or whatever. But anyway, this is not our custom, man. So I'm gonna end out there. I'm glad I seen this. This is the spirit. Look, man, if you got long ass dreadlocks, and the scripture says that it goes against the law to have dreads or long hair. Paul mentioned that. And you got Sakari, they kind of go against the grain. They, I don't see Paul's writings as being authorized. So they can wear them damn hats and have that long ass hair. But nah, man. Paul's writings are scriptural. We're not to wear hairdos like this guy right here. He probably think he cute as hell. He be all effeminate, trying to be sexy, running their fingers and shit through their hair. Just looking like Esau on Baywatch or some shit on the beach, man. The hell out of here, man. That's not our lifestyle. So with that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwame Yashala and a Bible ball.